they're back in the game. Because our orthopedic team is ahead of the game with leading-edge treatments, surgical procedures, and rehabilitation services. So if an injury is keeping you on the bench, call Wood County Hospital, because life is not a spectator sport.
We're all very excited. I mean, this is the first time for all of us that's been here so far. So to win the MAC tournament was great, especially with our new coaching staff. Everyone's been working hard this season, and it was an expected goal, and I'm glad we reached it. And we're ready to move to our second set of tournament play, so hopefully we make that a good run and see how far it can take us. Some of the bigger schools wanted me as a defensive specialist, so I knew I wanted to hit because that's a huge passion of mine, to hit and play defense. So I just started looking around, and Denise welcomed me with open arms and said, you know what, you're it, you're going to hit, you're going to play defense, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. Since 7th grade, and I loved it. I mean, I played basketball too, but it was out the door by 8th grade, so I knew volleyball is what I wanted to do. I loved the game, loved the people that were involved with it that had a big impact in my life and why I continue to play now. Just pushing us mentally and physically every day in practice. You know, our practices are always harder than our games, she always says, so it's good to push us to our limits, you know, every day, and not just, you know, once or twice a week. So pushing us all the time, every day, you know, it pays off at the end.
Explosiveness. I mean, I don't know exactly her vertical jump, but she plays very high. You know, I had one of my best players that I've coached was I think the size of Paige, 4-time All-American, and Paige is overcompensating her height with her jump and her great technique. So you know, that tells you size is not always everything. She does. She's always positive. One thing that we have been working with Paige is leading more, also with being more of a vocal leader. She always led with her actions. She always played hard, but it's her more stepping out of her shell. You know, Paige's personality off the court is so different than on the court. She's more reserved on the court, more quiet. And I think she can be a stand-up comedian. If, you know, people who know her off the court, she's so funny, and she loves to imitate different people, different accents. I'm still waiting to hear my accent. She's still waiting on that. But it's just stepping up more out of her shell on the court and being more of a vocal leader. And she's done a better job in the last few weeks. That's something that I challenge her and her teammates also ask her to do. We feel that she would be a much better player if she does that. And I think it would help her play better than keeping everything inside when things don't go right. Just kind of being more vocal. So honest, you know, she was honestly shocked that they called her name, that she was the MVP, and all of us on the bench were tearing up, her teammates and the coaches. You know, we always knew what she has. We always knew how good she is, and I don't think Paige realized that. And I think that's a validation that I don't know if she necessarily needed. You know, you always wish that they figure it out on their own, but I think it's a great validation for her that other people have so much respect for her, other coaches and teammates, and not just teammates, other opponents, and it was just great to see her receive that honor.